Hi HGTV, I'm Rachel and welcome to Dream Loft Studios. I can't wait to show you around. Come on. I'm Rachel Martino. I'm a content creator and designer based in Brooklyn, New York, and today we are at Dream Loft Studios. So this is my photo studio, event space, and I call it my headquarters. As you can see, it is full of color, light, and pattern because I absolutely love maximalism. So when you first walk into the space, you can really feel just how bold it is. It's definitely a representation of who I am and a little bit of my fashion style. I love mixing patterns and just really going all out with color. I love this wallpaper. It really is an homage to New York City, which is my favorite place in the world and where we are, of course. And we even have the coffee cups here. So obviously we're working with a small space, but in every corner you're gonna find a little DIY or a way that I customize something. And this little bubblegum machine is a perfect example. So it was a regular bubblegum machine, red and silver. And of course, red and silver is not gonna work. We need pink and brass. So I spray painted both this top and this bottom and rub and buffed this here because I really want the whimsy to follow through the entire space. And again, it's all about this childlike joy with each individual element that I added. I found this place in 2023. I was looking for an industrial style loft that had a lot of character. One thing that I fell in love with was these gorgeous windows. You get so much light in here, and it reminds me of the lofts in shows like Friends and Gossip Girl, which I grew up watching. When I saw this space, it was definitely a blank canvas would be a nice way to put it. Very, very industrial, but I had a vision to create a girly dream space that would be a space not only for me to work creatively, but to rent out to other people to make their visions come to life. One of my biggest design challenges with this space was really breaking up this long wall to create different spaces. So I did that with wallpaper and this large bookshelf. So this is kind of the bar area. This is what I like to call the library with our gorgeous bookshelves. And then here we have our photo spot and reading nook area. Even though it's really crazy, it might seem insane to have 5 different wallpapers in a 500 square foot space, you can really see that each space serves its own purpose and it all flows together. So these are our famous hot pink bookshelves, and they're really the showstopper of the entire space in my opinion. These are an IKEA hack that I've done multiple times. So basically what we did, we have the Billy bookcases here. These are the Havsta units in the tallest height. And then for the arches at the top, they're basically created with 1/2 inch sanded plywood and then using a jigsaw to create that arch. And then we finished it off with crown molding, which I think is such an important detail to really make it look built in. In terms of the color, I wanted to do something really, really bright. I honestly struggled so much to find a hot pink that was just like the hottest pink you've ever seen. We gotta buy the exact color. Dream Loft camo. Can you see me? This is one of my favorite corners in the entire space because we have so much going on. It just is kind of like a place where you can kind of relax. I love this mirror. This is like my absolute favorite mirror. This is where everybody takes their selfies in this space. So I myself have probably taken 150,000 photos just right here. It has a very sexy feel to it with this chaise. I absolutely love the shape of this couch. A chaise is a great way to add some seating, but it's not too big, as big as a large couch. This is a great photo spot if you want to do something a little bit sexy with a book or with some props, with a little cocktail. I've even seen lingerie shoots here that turned out so cute. And again, every space is meant to be a photo space, and this one is one of my favorites. When it came to designing this corner, I knew I wanted to do a show-stopping moment, and what I love is this juxtaposition of this gorgeous floral arch against the whitewashed brick. So this arch we created with a floral designer, and I just love all of the colors. They're really soft, but they play so nicely into some of the bolder colors that we have in the space, and it really just adds that sort of like feminine, organic touch to a space that's industrial and really bold, and it just adds a lot more joy to the space. And then we did a neon fixture as well. I decided on pretty as a picture because again, it's a photo studio, so I wanted a saying that alluded to photos, and we always see people posting from this spot, and every time it just brings me joy to see it bring them joy. Now I'm really excited to show you the Wonderland Washroom. Come check it out. So this is one of my favorite spaces, and it's because it's all inspired by Alice in Wonderland. It's all about whimsy and fun. So the first thing I picked for the space was the wallpaper, and what I did was actually on my Instagram stories, I hosted a wallpaper championship so people could vote on their favorite wallpapers, and this one won the entire thing, which I'm so glad it did because it is so much fun. So when I first moved into this space, there was a huge, what I would call like a commercial kitchen sink, silver, really big, and I wanted to do something totally different but kind of still pay homage to a large oversized sink. And then for the faucet, I actually picked this out. It's normally for a shower, but I just love this like telephone style shower. It just gives this like vintage vibe, so much fun. People always comment on this. When it came to tile, I absolutely fell in love with these scalloped tiles. I love that it feels almost like a mermaid scale, which is perfect for the whimsical nature of this room. And I didn't love grout. Like most grout is either white or gray or black, and I really wanted it to be navy blue. And you can't just buy navy blue grout, but what you can do, I found out, is buy a light gray grout, and then we used pigment from the craft store in this gorgeous navy blue. And I feel like just that touch of navy blue between these scallops just gives it the most gorgeous effect, and it's literally like a dream come true DIY for me. I also learned how to cut tile, which was a little bit daunting and scary with a wet saw, but I got through it and it turned out perfectly. I just love it. So I came up with the idea to do this like magic mirror. So you have a full length mirror in the space, but it's on heavy duty drawer slides. So you can open it up and we have all the ugly stuff that you don't want to see. You can just easily hide, close it back up, and you would never even know it's there. Welcome to the Dream Loft kitchen. Now this was definitely a labor of love. When I moved in, there was just a grimy oven and an ugly white refrigerator. And now we have this gorgeous kitchen that's both beautiful and functional. And a big concern was this enormous column. So we had to design the entire kitchen around this. And I also really wanted to stay on budget. So some pieces are a little bit more high end, but we saved a lot by doing all the cabinetry with IKEA, including the countertop and the sink. So these are from a brand called Clay. They're cement tiles, and they actually encourage you to be abstract with the design. I absolutely love the fact that it's playful, it's fun, and you can really kind of create your own design. I spent a lot of time placing each tile just to feel abstract. It's very controversial online. I can't wait to hear your comments in the comment section below. I love them, and you know, go bold. That's a big part of my design philosophy. So this is our little bar area. I love having an eclectic mix of pieces. So you have pieces here that are from big box stores. You have these gorgeous coupes that are from Anthropologie. These are some of my favorite glasses. But also down here, these are actually vintage ice cream cups. So I really like having a mix of different things. It really tells the story of all the places that you've been when you really curate things that you love and mix and match. And one of my favorites is these teacups. They're just kind of tongue-in-cheek. I love that they feel like a little bit Bridgerton, but then obviously they're meant for drinking alcohol. So things like that are just a little bit whimsical and fun. I absolutely love a long dining table, but for small spaces, it can be not so feasible for day to day. Whereas what I love about this transformer table is that you can have it set up like this all the time. So it seats 6, you still have a lot of space, but it can expand to seat up to 12, and all within this one piece of furniture. Voila, a dinner party ready. For me, when I look at a space, I think about how I want to feel inside that space. And in this space, for example, I want you to feel the most extra version of yourself. And when you're here, you can't help but smile. I feel like that's the biggest comment that we get from people who rent the space. And for me, that's what's most important. Thanks so much for stopping by Dream Loft Studios. It's been a joy having you here. I'll see you next time.